Good evening and welcome to the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League. Round 6, the halfway point in the season, takes us to Mosport Park in Calendar. Of course, it's been around since 1961. I am Tom Cairns in the commentary position. Alongside me is Jim Cunningham, who will be with me to analyse the action as the evening goes on. We're into the last couple of minutes of qualifying, so a quick rundown with the latest scores after the first 5 rounds of the first season of 2026. Stefan Dodderer is at the top of the table with 195 points, 25 clear over Robert Ridgway in second place. Then it's Tony Jimenez a further 6 points back in third, followed by Scott Taylor, Max Bartolotta, Johan Annette, Brad Fulliger, Mehmet Taski, Nick Nagler, and Ludovic Ransom, rounding out the top 10 drivers. In the teams, RS Works are ahead by 4 points over the sister teams of Elite and Seaman, with Scuderia Racing Forces in 4th place on 184 points, 21 off the top, followed by Turkish iRacing Formula Team, LR Competition, RRS Apex, Defona Course, RRS Prime, and Arten Delia Red running up the top 10. So things are hotting up in that respect. So far this season, we've been to Spa, Indianapolis, Silverstone, Sebring, Road America. Tonight is Mosport Park. And then we head to Monza, Donington, Laguna Seca, Miami at the International Autodrome. And then it's finishing off at a double bill in Europe in Zandvoort and in Barcelona on March the 8th. Let's get a word with Jim Cunningham, who is waiting to have his say on how he thinks tonight is going to go. Jim, good evening.
Sorry about that, Tom. I was having a little bit of mic trouble there, but we got it sorted out. To be honest, I have not driven a lot around this track, and so I'm not real comfortable here. So I'm optimistic to see what's going to happen as qualifying is just wrapping up. I don't have a ton of experience here, so I'm really curious to see how this race develops here.
We'll find out soon enough. And in the end, it is Johan Annette who's going to end that qualifying session with his 4th pole position of the season. Will he convert it into his 3rd win of the campaign? He's taken 2 victories already at the season opener in Spa and in round 4 in Sebring. Can he make it 3 from 6? Going into the halfway stage in the season, he heads into tonight 6th in the standings on 151 points. He did miss one of the rounds. And bearing in mind, at the end of the season, the driver's worst 2 scores are discounted. So there is still time in the season for Johan Annette to make up for that loss. We're just waiting for the session to transition into the race itself. I can tell you we've got 33 drivers registered for tonight. And so there'll be plenty of action throughout the field. There is Tony Jimenez, the reigning champion, ending that qualifying session in 7th place. He heads into this 3rd in the championship overall, 31 points off the lead. That is occupied by Stefan Dodderer, who's had a terrific start to the season. He hasn't won a race yet, but looking at his run of form, he's finished 9th at Spa, he's finished 3rd at Indianapolis, 8th at Silverstone, 2nd in Sebring, and 3rd in Road America. That first victory of the season still waiting him. But of course, it's not about wins, it's about points at the end of the season. And he's 25 clear over Robert Ridgway. This has been the best form that Dodderer has had so far this season. Let's run down on the grid then for tonight's race here at Mosport Park. It's Johan Annette, who is on pole position, followed by Ludovic Ranson alongside Chris Patel in 3rd place alongside Nick Nagler. Then we've got Max Bartolotta and Brad Fulliger on row 3. Tony Jimenez and Max Giacchino on row number 4, followed by Denny Cornu and Mehmet Taski rounding out the top 10. Then it's the championship leader, Stefan Dodderer, in P11. He has work to do to keep hold of the championship lead. Yunus Amel is next alongside. Then we've got Scott Taylor and Paul LeMay on the 7th row. Robert Ridgway and Marcelo Caruso on the 8th row, followed by Clark Williams and Richard Van Veen. Michael LeMay back again tonight, as well as Filippo Casey in 20th place. Andrew Harris and Justin Fields on row 11, followed by Ben Goyette and Stu Milne. Then it's Kuji Ito and John McKenzie on the 13th row. Then it's home hero Adam Telsmer, one of 2 Canadian drivers in the field, in 27th place, followed by Matthew Gracie, Doina Arroyo and Mamit Ortlovs running up the top 30. On the 16th row, we've got Giovanni Solito and Patrick Rowlands. At the back is Adam Sands, who makes his first appearance this season.
Yeah, interesting gridding here. They kind of back up around a turn. It always kind of cracks me up when you see them. Like, there's just no way they're going to get the start that the guys up front are. That's so unfortunate.
Of course, there is a brief which the drivers will be made aware of before tonight. I'll get that up in due course. Whilst we are waiting for this to get underway, and what I will say is there is a certain point around the circuit where the drivers cannot make any active overtakes until they get around a certain first part of the lap. So just bear that in mind for the opening stages. And there's no 3 wide around the first lap. No matter how tempted it is, it's just 2 wide at most. The red lights are coming on now, and when they extinguish, we'll be racing here at Mosport Park. Lights on and lights off. It's a good start from the pole sitter, Johan Annette, as we look at Ludwig Ransson, who looks to just tuck in behind. He's got a little bit of ground to make up, actually. And he's got Chris Patel, Nick Nagler, and Max Bartolotta looming in large as they make their way through the notorious and undulating part of the lap here at Mosport Park. But it's Johan Annette who leads the way, Jim.
Yeah, they're off to a good start as normal in this series. They do mind their business for the most part, and typically not a lot of accidents. Very clean start so far. As like I said, when Johan Annette's out front like this, you got to kind of keep him in check, or he'll check out on the field. So if you guys start battling behind him, you can just color him gone.
So around the first lap they are, and it's Annette in the lead. I presume they've gone through the zone where they could not make any active overtakes now. They're on the Mario Andretti straightaway, so I'd imagine they can start overtaking now as we see some battling going on further down the field. We look at Nick Nagler, who's sitting in behind the second and third place drivers, Ludwig Ransson and Chris Patel, as they come around the last corner before the first lap is out. And it's Annette who leads, and it's Ransson in second place, Patel in third, and it's the blue car of Nick Nagler in fourth position. And we've got the highest of the Italian drivers in the field, Max Bartolotta in fifth place, with Brad Fulliger, who's had a fine start to the season, it has to be said, is in sixth place.
I tell you what, the way this whole season is shaping up, man, you're starting to see some changes. Oh, that's, who is that? Nagler, it's off.
Yep, but even bigger news is that the championship leader, Stefan Dodderer, has dropped down the order. He was running in around about 11th position, but he's lost 6 places on this lap already, Jim.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he had an off track. We'll go back and look at that here in just a second. This is probably at it real quick right now. Probably not at that speed.
This is what I was saying earlier. If you go offline through here, you usually lose so much ground, and Dodderer did very well to avoid the barrier, Jim.
He did indeed. Yeah, he did lose some ground, but he also kept control of it, which is important there. As we see here, Johan Annette's already got a 1.5-second lead as these guys behind him are fighting a little bit. What I was going to say before we saw the off track there was, you know, things are changing at the top around here. You know, we've got Chris Patel, man. Every week now, this guy he's right up at the front of the field, battling every week up here now. You know, you're just starting to see some changes. You know, Stefan Dodderer has gotten so much more consistent now, even though he did have his little incident. He's got plenty of time to make it up. Just starting to see some different names at the top of the points championship, which I like that, you know. Yep.
And just to let you know about other rules in terms of the briefing, there's no lapping in turns 2 and 5, and it's with good reason actually, demonstrated by Stefan Dodderer going off the circuit. I expect to be one of those corners where we could end up seeing a lot of incidents happening throughout this one. Hopefully, not too many throughout the whole of tonight. 38 laps it will be. So it's not a timed race, it's a lapped race. They're just coming towards the end of lap number 3, these drivers. They will finish this before the hour mark on the timing tower. But you could just see someone tumbling down the order. That's Denny Cornu. So Denny Cornu is the latest to drop down the order significantly. We'll find out in a moment what exactly happened to him. And you can just see he's got the black and orange flag to his name, Jen. It feels to me like he might have gone off into the barrier somewhere.
And what's funny is I absolutely see nothing that I don't think that. Let me see. Let's go. We're going to go all the way back up here real quick. Up here where we can, because it seems like all of a sudden he started getting passed by people right after this here.
And further news is that Stefan Dodderer has not gone any further, Jim. So Stefan Dodderer back in the pit lane. Oh, that's a collision involving, was that Adam Talsma he came together with? No, it can't have been Talsma because Talsma is further down the field, but there was definitely contact there between Denny Cornu. I didn't quite pick up on who that was that he collided. It might have been Scott Taylor or someone like that. By the way, he was able to continue on his way. Yeah, he's allowing the field to go by. and you can just tell that car isn't functioning the way he wants it to.
No,
but just to emphasise,
so Stefan Dotterer, right before he jumped to the pits, this happened.
And it was a second spin for, well, I say it's a second spin.
He caught that.
He just caught the barrier. Yeah, he didn't apply the brakes, unfortunately, there, did Stefan Dotterer. And so that's effectively the end of his race. First retirement of the season for the Dutchman. And that is a big dent to his hopes in the championship.
That certainly didn't help his positioning any.
Patrick Rowlands is the latest to head back into the pit lane. He's had a moment somewhere. Justin Fields has certainly had a moment because he's tumbling down the field considerably.
Bartolotta here just got by Patel, second place.
Yeah, Bartolos has had a flying start to this one. He started in 5th position, he's now up into 2nd place and going after Johan Annette, whose lead we were mentioning 1.5 seconds a little bit earlier, Jim, but now that's beginning to really shrink again.
It is actually, yeah. I'm sitting here. Bartolotta is another one. You know, he has been seemed to be so improved this season. You know, we're seeing him a lot more right up here at the front, competing week in and week out. A lot more consistency in his game. You know.
Well, he's certainly stepping up tonight. Is Bartolotta. Now is Chris Patel in the black livery car. Has got Nick Nagler in the blue car right behind him. This is shaping out to be an incredible battle once again in the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League. Do get involved in the live chat. We'll answer your questions as of when we can. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We've got Christian Dunn just tuning in to give both Michael and Paul LeMay a little bit of encouragement, actually. To let you know where they are. Paul LeMay, you can just see in your picture, is running in 10th position and attacking Yunus Amal.
He is indeed, yeah. He just got by Amal, actually.
Long before the corner, actually, as well. So through goes Paul LeMay up into 9th place. Michael LeMay is further down the field in 16th position, but having a respectable drive nevertheless.
Well, this is
the final corner. Oh, that's LeMay. Sorry, Jim. Nope. Paul LeMay ran wide on the exit of Whites, and that very nearly allowed our back through.
Yeah, he managed to hold on to that though. Paul had messaged me before the race today, and he wanted to shout out to a friend of the family's there from the LeMay brothers, Digger and his son Kane. They were going to be watching tonight, and he asked if I would do that for him. Paul's a good guy, so we'll give him that one. Got a nice little freight train here, though. Look at this, would you?
Yeah, isn't it just hello to Nick Marshall, who's joining the chat and enjoying the action. Hello to you, Nick. And Jim Jackson's coming in saying, let's go, Nick. Presumably that's Nick Nagler, who he's rooting for, running in 4th place.
Yeah, Nagler's been having another one that's been having some good runs this season, man. I love to see it kind of flip-flopping around a little bit, you know.
He's giving it a good old go. Further back, that is Filippo Casey, who's that's in 20th place is where he's at.
Trying to get up here on Goyette here.
Yeah, it's Ben Goyette who's just ahead of him. The highest of the home heroes here tonight. There's Ben, who'll be going after Mehmet Taski, who's not had the best of starts to this one. I don't know if it's his particular circuit, actually, but he was 10th on the grid and is now down in 18th. So it's been quite a challenging start to this one for the Turkish driver. But he's got to get on with it and try and make up for the lost ground.
All right, I got to go see that. So this set off about 6 incidents on my thing all at one time. Let's see what happened here.
They just about avoided the barrier there, did Patrick Rowlands.
That was actually a good job at avoiding the barrier. I don't know why it showed him off so many times, but I don't know. That's real.
Yeah, he pulled off line there, so clearly something is wrong with the car.
Well, yeah, it even got worse, I think. I
think this might be the same replay as before.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not actually. He already caught the curb. That's the same place as where Stefan Dotterer had caught, which threw him into the barrier, and that's effectively the end of the race for Patrick Rowlands. Denny Cornu has rejoined the race, albeit, yeah, he's not down a lap though, is Cornu, so he has time actually to make up a few places. In case you ask, how many points do you get for a race win? It's 43, and then it's a point difference for every position downwards, which explains why consistency in this series is imperative.
Absolutely. Apparently, Patel, Bartolotta must have had a little slip or something. Oh, he just did just now. Let's go back and see that. He was in second, running in second here with Krish Patel and Nick Nagler behind him. Oh, he got off track, same spot too. Boy, that is a hot corner right now. As you can see,
he had to get off the throttle as well. Did Bartolotta? That left Krish Patel and Nick Nagler to go on by into second and third.
And then we've had more action. So we're going to go back live, and you're going to see that Nick Nagler is now ahead of Krish Patel. So he got by him while we were looking at the replay there and sailing off into the sunset there.
And so Nick Nagler through into second place. We didn't see the overtake, but we know the result.
We will
the
hear that right now. Let's see.
It was round the outside. I think it was slum dungs it was going to get, actually. Patel didn't fight that one. He felt it was best for Nagler to just go and bite. And I think that's the thing with this course, because there's so many laps, you've got plenty of opportunities to play that game of chess and decide when you're going to make your move instead of just going for it as soon as the opportunity comes.
There's Amal running right now. He just had a series of tracks, as did Brad Fulliger. Oh, we got a lot of off tracks today.
Answering your question, Amal's running in P11, Fulliger is in P6. There is Yunus Amal. Is he going to run wide?
Oh, same spot, but he just edged it.
Yeah, he only lost one position to that was to Paul LeMay. No, it can't have been Paul LeMay.
No, Paul LeMay was right ahead of him already.
Yeah, that's Brad Fulliger going off the circuit. That was over at turn. That was on the exit of Moss, where Fulliger had gone off the circuit at.
And here's somebody we haven't talked about a whole bunch this season is Ludwig Rincon. He's always been a player in the. His name seems to pop up in all the good battles around here. Which that's actually not true. We have talked about him this year. If I'm being completely honest, I had somebody else in my brain when I clicked on him.
Twice a top four finisher this season. Fourth at Silverstone and second in Road America last time out. Ludwig Rincon, so beginning to find a little bit of form after a tricky start to the season. He's getting on with it as we speak. We look at Robert Ridgway, who's been harassed by Marcello Caruso. Caruso is going to make a slum dunk maneuver like we've seen a number of drivers do in this race already. Unless Ridgway has something to say on that. Well, he's got the inside line for the right-hander of the S's before the last corner of whites. Will they keep it clean through here? They do just about, and Ridgway has his nose in front and stays ahead.
Yeah, Ridgway is had another one having a really strong run this season, sitting second in points right now, I believe, without any drop rounds factored in.
So Ridgway, who's got an opportunity to lead the championship after this one, given that Stefan Dodderer is no longer circulating around this circuit. And we've only lost 3 drivers from this race. Yunus Amal's the latest to drop out, Jim.
You have another incident? Might have on the next lap.
He well and truly is down the timing tower.
You see it wiggle. Oh, you saw it. Oh, yeah, he tore it up.
Couldn't stop it.
He towed immediately, too. He knew that thing was gone.
Yeah, from the moment he lost it and was going to hit the barrier, he was always going to go back into the pit lane. And I credit him for that, because otherwise he would have propelled back onto the circuit, which could have caused massive problems for the upcoming traffic to go by. There is Robert Ridgway, still fighting it out.
Yeah, this is a tough battle right here.
With Marcello Caruso, and behind them is Clark Williams in that green and white livery, who's waiting for his opportunity. I think Clark Williams has been on the unlucky side so far this season. Looking at where he is in the standings, he's joint 43rd with only 30 points. He's failed to finish 3 times this season. He didn't race at Spa, and his only finish came at Silverstone 3 weeks ago, where he finished in 14th position.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Got to finish these races, obviously. But, sometimes... Oh, like that right there!
Yeah.
Prime example of what I was going to say. You literally get caught up in other people's stuff.
Marcello Caruso losing it at Moss, rear wing off the car, and he took Clark Williams with him, unfortunately. Williams with considerable damage, and he'll do well to get back to the pit lane. I don't know if he's got a puncture, Jim, or whether the suspension is totally wrecked.
Take a look at the steering wheel real quick.
Yeah, it's askew.
Yeah, he's off. That's...
Yeah.
I would literally that's a commentator curse if there ever was one right there, because I was just fixing to say you get caught up in other people's stuff, you know, and it's so unfortunate for him.
At least he doesn't have too far to go to the pit lane around a course like this one.
No, but it's just going to be another, you know, not a great finish for him, and he was having a really good run there.
Yep, it could have been so much more for Clark Williams. In the pit lane he goes. Marcello Caruso is also back into the pit lane. So they're going to be heading down the order. At least they'll promote Denny Cornu up a couple more positions. So that's 2 less cars for him to get by. The car he is chasing next to at least try and pass is Giovanni Solito, and he's another 13 seconds up the road from Cornu. We are looking at Jordan Arroyo, who we don't speak to too much whilst the action is on. It feels like the only time we mention his name is during the time where we run through the grid and when we run through the results.
Well,
hey, we're giving some airtime.
Talk about his livery too, because I love his Dragon scale livery there for the Twins Dragons racing team.
He's chasing after John McKenzie for 24th position.
Of the Twin Dragons racing team. Let's see how they're doing today. Obviously him and he's by himself on that team. There's no other Twin Dragon here today.
Which is a pity. The driver that would normally race alongside Dorian Arroyo, if I can find that name on the team sheets, because there's so many teams involved in the championship.
All right,
It'll come back to me at some point.
I did it again, folks. I missed another pass here as Patel glides back into second place here.
On Nick Nagler again, and to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if we see these two swap places time and time again. Max Bartolotta is just waiting for his opportunity at the moment.
You know, he's recovered from that little incident he had where he lost all those positions there, but he's right back up here in the battle again for sure.
Going back to what I was saying about Twin Dragons, the other driver that would be racing alongside Dorian Arroyo is Eddie Amos, and he's not here tonight.
That's it. It's a little smaller field here for Canada today. I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest. I would have thought this was going to be a more popular track.
If I had a word with about 50% of these drivers, it wouldn't surprise me that Mosport Park is kind of like their bogey track.
I can see that. I mean, yeah, I can see that. Although, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience here, but this place, to the eye, seems very pleasing to drive. It reminds me kind of, well, probably not an example, but I was going to say it kind of reminds me of like a Canadian version of Road America. I don't know why I feel that way, but what came to my head. But what's the other Canadian track? That's the one I don't care for. Formula One circuit, I think. Montreal, yeah. See, I'm not a huge fan of that one. But this looks quite pleasing to drive, kind of like a Watkins Glen, or I don't know. I like the elevation changes around here. It's pretty cool.
Different challenge for the drivers. Max Bartolotta's overtaken Nick Nagler for third place, going after Chris Patel. In the process, Bartolotta was able to post his personal best lap of the race so far, 1 minute 8.7. Nice. The fast lap of the race is Johannet with a 1 minute 8.7 as well. So you can just see the times are kind of a little bit, they're basically similar to each other. No one's really gaining or losing time on the driver ahead or behind Jim towards the front end.
Yeah, the problem is every time that Patel and Bartolotta and Nick Nagler swap spots up here, Johannet's just running away from him. We were talking earlier; it was about 1.5 seconds. Well, it's up to 5 seconds now. Man, you cannot leave this guy unchecked. He is so fast. we've seen these guys can run with him if they don't have somebody on the heels that they're fighting with. You know, they can kind of stay with him. It's tough, obviously, because he's so fast. But as soon as these guys behind get in a little battle, they just lose sight of him, and he just checks out on them.
There we see Patel and Bartolotta in second and third places, nose to tail. Marcello Caruso is the latest driver to pull out of this one. It looks like he's had another off-road excursion somewhere, or he's might have spun off the circuit or something like that, but we'll find out in due course. But these two are fighting over second place, Patel and Bartolotta. Bartolotta, after that mistake he had earlier, is making up for lost time, and he's very much within range here, Jim, to just sneak by Patel for P2.
Yeah, I mean, he got by him once, and here he goes again. He looks like he's going to make this move right here. Yep. Like
On the inside
this
is
a big passing zone right here, which I would not have pegged for one, but it's been a lot of passes there so far. Clean, good pass.
Slam dunk there for Max Bartolotta. And behind these three,
Yeah.
battle for fifth place, involving Ludwig Ransson, Brad Fulliger, and Tony Jimenez. Now, Jimenez, who came into this round third in the Drivers' Championship. Robert Widgway, who came into this second in the standings, is further down the order in P11. Jimenez was 6 points behind Jimenez. As it stands, with the way the positions are, it is Ridgway who'll be leading the title race. Johan Annette, who is on course for victory, will leapfrog, as it stands, Scott Taylor. Tony Jimenez, I believe, is up. No, he won't be leapfrogging Jimenez. He'll just be leapfrogging just one driver, and that's Scott Taylor, who's running in 10th position.
I'll tell you what, though, we really got some nice battles going on here in the top 10. You know, obviously our leader is kind of checked out a little bit, but it'd kind of be expected from him when he's out there in front. But you got this great little three-way battle here with Bartolotta, Nick Nagler, and Patel. And then right behind them, you've got this three-way battle going on. And Paul LeMay has quietly worked his way up into 8th place.
He has as well. Well done there to Paul LeMay. Great. Can he go even further? If those three ahead of him continue to fight it out, he could well be in the fray. Mm-hmm. He's absolutely coming. So good to see Paul LeMay fighting towards the front end.
I have to say with him, you know, I know him well, so I've been paying attention. And since he popped up in this league, you know, first couple of weeks he was down running 17th, 20th, you know, was just, I guess, you know, getting his feet under him here. But, you know, Paul's a quick driver. He's got some pinched nerve issues, but when he's feeling good, he's fast. And here he is now in the 7th place. We just lost somebody. Who did we lose?
We have lost in the...
No.
Yeah, Bartolotta's dropped down. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, so Bartolotta, he was running in second place. That's on the exit of Moss. Yeah, so he's dropped down the order to 13th.
Yeah, this went bad here. Let's see what happened. Oh, that's just the first one, because we saw a different one than that just a second ago, didn't we?
No, I think it is the same one, Jim.
I think that's... and then he's trying to turn it and hits the wall with his wing. And that is two incidents he's had during this race, both of them from second place. He got back to second, and it happened again. But this one, I think is a little more severe.
I think two more cars as well, Jim, have come to blows. Filippo Casey and Adam Talsma. Those two have come to blows somewhere around the circuit. We'll find out soon enough as to what had happened involving those two. But there is Paul LeMay, who's made the most of Bartolotta's demotion. He's made up the order, and it looks like Kyuji Ito and Justin Fields are the latest. So the drivers are beginning to struggle here, and off the track goes Andrew Harris. It looks like he's gone into the barrier, Jim, at Moss.
I mean, it's just one after another. Stu Milne just had an accident too, I believe.
There is still Milne. This is over at turn 2. He's got through that part of the circuit fine.
Oh, curb.
So I don't think that was turn 2. I think that might have been turn number 4, but that was just a spin there for Steel Mill. A couple of positions lost, but no more than that.
Yeah, this is what you had talked about earlier.
That's Filippo Casey, who spins. Oh, don't tell me he's going to rejoin into the path of another driver.
Oh,
he
my
has.
gosh.
Yeah, it was a very poor rejoin from Filippo Casey, and he just took Adam Talsma with him.
Talsma. And what? Oh, it was Talsma. Oh,
yeah, not good driving standards at all. No.
That is horrible.
Ugh. I feel for Adam there. I really do. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, unfortunately, those things can be prevented too. That's. I mean, I'm not, I'm not critical of anyone. I've made more than my fair share of bad rejoins, but in these big fields like this, you just got to be careful getting back on track. But the frustration kicks in. You're upset because you've screwed yourself up somehow, and then it goes from bad to worse into another guy's race, which is so unfortunate.
We've also lost Kichi Ito and Justin Fields. They've been involved in something as well. I will say that Casey and Talsma rejoined the circuit, albeit a lap down at least, the pair of them, but I want to try and store some points. You never know later in the season where they both could end up.
Here's Ito. Let's see what happened. Who else was it with him?
Sorry, Jim. Ludwig Ransson has spun in front of Brad Fulliger at Moss Corner, and that underlines the fact that a lot of these drivers are pushing ever so hard. Are the tyres falling away, Jim, around here? Because I wonder that might have something to do with it.
I mean, this is so early on in the race to have the tires fall off, though, man. Let's see. Let's go back and see what happened. But maybe, I don't know.
Sorry, Jim. We're losing even more. We've even lost now Max Bartolotta from the race, and John McKenzie.
Golly, Bartolotta just got back on track. That?
Oh, don't tell me what I think he's done here. Has he hit the barrier? I think he hit the barrier, Jim. That right rear didn't look great.
Oh, he saved that. Oh, and then he cooked it. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. But he didn't do anything crazy here, did he? And take out somebody else's race?
No. I think he's all right. He was all right on this one, was Max. John McKenzie had a spin around the circuit as well.
How did he... didn't tear it up there, did he? Oh, he's stuck on the curb.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And someone else spun behind him. I wonder if that was John McKenzie who also spun.
John McKenzie did spin right there. Yeah, let's see. Oh, my gosh. We're living in replays here. I hate to do that, but oh, my God.
Oh, that was even... Oh, no.
No.
That wasn't even John McKenzie we saw in picture on the previous replay. That was someone else.
That was someone else. Golly, who did McKenzie take out there?
I don't know, but as we watched that replay, someone else was just pulling out the way on the picture. It might have been a back marker, just stay out of the way of the leaders.
I got to see that again, though. Holy cow. Watch that thing snap on him, man. And then, that was horrible. Was that Arroyo that he hit? Yeah, it was.
It was, yeah.
Look at this, man. Can you imagine being Arroyo? You see him go off. It's like no big deal. And then he comes just ejected. Oh, there's that other car. That was Arroyo after the fact. Because there was Williams on the curb there stuck. Oh, my gosh. Come on. What a hot mess we got going on here.
Yeah, and that looked like Tony Jimenez who got nearly out of shape. He's got Brad Fulliger on his tail for 4th place.
Well, there was somebody stuck on the track. Just stopped.
Well, he didn't want to get in the way during the corners, that's for certain. But either way, that is Tony Jimenez through past that, and he's got 4th place within his sights now. I don't think he's going to do anything about Chris Patel or Nick Nagler up front. They're now 7 seconds, or just coming up to 8 now, off the leader, Johan Annette, who's making this look ever so easy. But given all the troubles that have been hitting some of the drivers in this race, will be coming up to back markers soon, one of which is Giovanni Solito in 20th.
Yeah, he's not that far in front of Annette at this point. Man, I'm still in shock over that that horrific accident there. I mean, wow. That was that with Arroyo getting taken out like that. That was nuts.
Incredible stuff, and it's been that sort of race already with the race of attrition. It looked clean at the beginning, but I think a lot of the drivers are beginning to struggle.
Well, the thing is, and it's not stupid driving, you know, they're not like doing dumb things. I mean, it's them against the racetrack, and the racetrack's winning, you know. I mean, this racetrack is spitting drivers out left and right. You know, it's not like they're diving into each other. Oh, whoops, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Paul May's now up into 6th, Jim. He's continuing to have his having the time of his life, and he's closing in on Jimenez and Fulliger. And Eunice Amber's coming in saying that he's not a fan of the circuit. I won't say the exact words for obvious reasons, but it's been another unlucky evening there for Eunice.
Oh, he says that he thinks the track is well, crap.
Just say it's not for him. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, everybody's allowed to have their opinions. Yeah, I tell you, if these two keep fighting, they're going to be dealing with Paul LeMay quickly. Oh, and they are going to continue to fight. Look at this side by side right here. That's a nice pass right there.
Beautifully done by Brad Fulliger on Tony Jimenez. How crucial could that move be at the end of the season when the points are all added up?
Well, considering where these two are and are going to be at the end of the season, yeah, that's probably every position matters there for sure.
Well, there is Fulliger in 4th place. Look at that's a car pulling to the side of the circuit. I don't know what's happened there, but he did very well actually to pull out of the way. Otherwise, that would have been a frightening accident.
I think that was McKenzie having more issues. Let's see what happened. This is a series of incidents by McKenzie here going up that way.
Oh, someone went off the circuit further up ahead, actually, Jim. I don't know. Was that? Oh, he collects something close by to the barrier, and he nearly took out the leaders.
Yeah, and that's where he decided just to hop back to the. This is a crazy race, man. Like, I didn't even remotely expect this. Big old wide open track, and it's just throwing drivers off the track left and right. Man, I tell you what, Jimenez is coming though. He's trying to get back by.
We've got 10 laps to go in this race, and Johan Net is looking strong for his 3rd win of the season. And with the way this one's going, he'll be looking to move up the order in the standings at least 1 position, or 2 rather now, because Max Bottleter is down the order, as is Scott Taylor, who's down in 9th. So we'll be leapfrogging those two in the ranking. Oh, that's a spin for Fulliger. It's Jimenez. Is it Jimenez? No, it's Fulliger. It's Fulliger who's spun.
Oh my God! What happened? And how
did he catch the curb?
Go back and
I wonder if he put that left rear on the curb, and looks like someone might have spun ahead of it. There was a little bit of tyre smoke over it.
Patel's down to 4th now. What in the world is going on here, man? It's crazy. All right, let's see. So this is Patel.
This is over at Moss.
Keep it on the wall. Good job.
Yeah, he did very well actually there, did Chris Patel, because the barrier was only just so close.
Okay.
And those tyres would have been crying out actually.
Oh yeah, they're screaming.
At this point in the race.
All right, so Jimenez is coming up. So there's Patel. So there goes Jimenez around him. Oh, LeMay's off track too. Yeah. Get to that in a second. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on up here at the front with everybody.
I don't think Jimenez has done anything, Jim. This is after.
This is after, yeah.
So that's Patel. It was Patel going off the circuit. What we want to see is the spin for Fulliger, because he was running in front of Jimenez before he dropped back.
But it's not showing it as a spin. This thing is, it's overwhelmed. Right.
This
if this is... Oh, this is after the fact.
Well, Ludwig Vanson, just seen going through, that might be Brad Fulliger later on in the lap. So yeah, that's him going by Fulliger at the end of the straightaway.
Go back to live here, and I'm going to try to search it out. There's just so much activity on here that it's... oh, look at this, would you?
Yeah, Paul LeMay. That is Max Cicchino running in 5th place. But LeMay has also got Ludwig Vanson snapping at his heels. And they're coming up to back markers as well now, Jim. This could end up getting very, very messy now. They're getting out of the way. Just getting out of the way. That's very smart driving from the pair of them, actually, because there were 2 in the way of the leaders, and it could have caused so many problems, and they've done very well to stay out of it. Ranson behind LeMay in the fight for 6th place on the straightaway. Ranson to the outside of the Brit. Does Ranson go through? By the time they get to the right-hander of the S's, he'll have the inside line for the second part, and he's through.
Oh.
Ranson through ahead of LeMay, and Fulliger, well, he's determined to make up for what was lost.
I'll tell you what, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Fulliger, we know how fast he was. Cow, this is what a battle, man. This race has been crazy fun.
Around this 2.5 mile course of Mosport Park. It's been around since 1961. It was the former home of the Canadian Grand Prix up until 1977.
So I'm reading here in the chat, Eunice Amal said his tires were cooked. So this place must be eating up tires then. That's why all these guys are struggling so.
There's still time for more dramas. Ewan, as much as he has an 11-second lead, that lead can evaporate. I think only a mistake from him will cost him victory.
This, I believe, is the Fulliger spin. Yeah, there. That's...
He caught the grass, Jim, on the outside. That's why the car had spun around on it.
He actually did quite a nice job there of saving that. Watch, look, he saves it, keeps going. Relatively speaking, that's a pretty good job.
If it was my choice on the rules, I'd have given him some bonus points for recovering that, because it's not easy to do it around this circuit.
You know, it's so funny the way this circuit is kind of wreaking its own little bit of chaos, you know. It really makes me want to go drive a race here. I don't know. This just looks like a fun track.
Whilst Jim contemplates about his attempts of tackling this circuit,
I do.
Matthew Gracie's just got by Marek Ortlov's for position. That's for P16. These two have been at the back for a lot of the time throughout this race, but making the most of the losses of the others.
I mean, yeah, they're mid-pack now, running nicely up in the midfield. Uh-oh. Another battle going on here.
That's LeMay. He's back ahead of Ranson, Jim.
Yeah, he sure is. He just got back by him just now.
Out of the final corner they've got only 5 more laps to endure these in what's been a thrilling race so far at Mosport Park.
I'm telling you.
Probably one of the races of the season, it has to be said, unless anyone wishes to argue that. Brad Fulliger in 8th position. He won't be able to find a way past these around this particular course. It's not the area of the racetrack you want to be sending overtakes on. It's the straightaway where you want to be passing drivers by. But behind Fulliger, you've got Scott Taylor, who's 1.5 seconds further back in 9th.
Right there.
And Robert Widgway, second in the championship in 10th.
Yeah, they're all right there. This is really, honestly, a good little 5-car little click here. There's little separation between them, but not much.
Through the straightaway again. Chris Patel has passed Max Cicchino for 4th place. A little change. And LeMay's gone behind Ranson now in the order. This is going to go on to the end, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There you go, and on his way to number 3 this season. After being on pole earlier, and he's never looked back. He's led every single lap of the race. And he's got the fastest lap as well, 1 minute 8.3. So it looks like it's going to be a grand slam here for Johan.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, it is crazy how fast he builds up gaps, isn't it?
It's incredible stuff.
I mean,
which will help him in the long run for the championship.
The quality of drivers in this field, and for him to have 13 seconds on him, almost 14 seconds, you know. I mean, I get why, but still, it's so impressive.
Ranson's exit out of Moss wasn't good at all, and it should be easy picking here for Paul LeMay to go on by. That's Max Cicchino further up ahead. He might be able to make the most of the drives to just close in a little. Brad Filliger on the inside of Ranson, heading through. As he completes the move on the Frenchman. Still going at it, but Ranson has the inside line at the second part of the S's to retain his position.
These guys are fighting. Just, I mean, good, clean driving too. You know, like side by side through some of these high-speed corners like that. Great stuff.
Through turn 2, they come down the hill. Well, it's caught out a number of drivers throughout this one. But you're right on board with Brett Filliger, who is determined to make up for lost time after that spin. And really get by LeMay and Ranson before this race is over.
It's going to be a tough order to pass those two, but I mean, the thing is, if they mess around too much, you got right behind them here, you got Ridgway and Taylor. They're starting to battle too.
This is one of the closest battles we've got for you on circuit. Further up, LeMay, Ranson and Filliger on nose to tail. There goes Ranson to the outside of LeMay, heading towards the S's. Has Ranson done it? The answer to that question is a slam dunk yes. That is Ranson through, but will LeMay fight back?
I mean, we're practically seeing a pass every lap here for these positions right here. Man, he really got through there clean this time. Ludwig did. He's opened just a a little 0.3 of a second gap there, quickly. Now LeMay's got Filliger all over him. This has got to be so much fun, though. These guys must be having a blast right now.
This is the penultimate lap of the race, and Brad Filliger is still chasing for another championship point by getting by Paul LeMay. Louis Ranson is there as well, but Ranson's off. Ranson off at Moss. And he's lost a couple of positions.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we're going to take a quick look back at that, though. It won't be a little quick. Did he get some curb? He was already really kind of cooking it in there before he got to the curbs. Yeah, he did a good job there, holding on to it, really.
Yeah, he was already going there. Was Ranson perhaps maybe carrying a little too much speed, considering how much those tires have taken? You could just see how hard he's pushing, while Scott Taylor and Robert Ridgway are giving chase. We're now on the final lap of the race, and Johan Annett is on his way to a comfortable victory. It's been that kind of performance again for the Art and Delia racing driver. He's coming up to lap Clark Williams, who has had overall a race to forget after the collision he's been involved with Marcello Caruso, but at least he's stayed in this one. But it's Johan Annett who's coming towards victory here. It will be win number 3. He'll move up a couple of positions in the standings, heading to the halfway point of the season. Johan Annett heads through the S's for the last time. White for the last time. Johan Annett takes victory at Mosport Park in the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League. A comfortable drive, pole position, fast up, race win, and leading every single lap of the race. Nick Nagler will come through for second place, and we look at the fight between Max Cicchino and Chris Patel for fourth place. I think Cicchino might have got by Patel, Jim, before the race is over. Yep. So Cicchino goes fourth place behind Nick Nagler and Tony Jimenez. Chris Patel fifth, and Paul LeMay has had a strong drive to sixth. Brad Filliger seventh, Robert Ridgway eighth, Scott Taylor ninth, who got by Ludwig Ranson on the final lap.
Did indeed. Wow, man. Holy cow, what a race that was.
And Ben Goyette is going to head over the line in 15th place. And we've still got this battle involving Merrick Ortloves and Matthew Gracie. And this is for P16 between these two.
After it back there. Look at them.
all the way to the end. Well done to these two for keeping it clean. And Clark Williams will be the last driver over the line.
So much
Once
fun.
he does so, then we can run down on the race result here in Canada.
That was amazing. That was so much fun. All right, let's take a look at the the results.
The sixth race of the season concludes with Johan Hurnet, the race winner. Nick Nagler second. Tony Jimenez making it to the podium, followed by Max Chichino in fourth place. Chris Patel fifth. Ahead of Paul LeMay, Brad Fulliger, Robert Ridgway, Scott Taylor and Ludwig Ransson rounding out the top 10. Richard Van Veen and Michael LeMay are next, followed by Mehmet Taski and Stu Milne. Ben Goya finishes the highest of the Canadian drivers in 15th place. Matthew Gracie 6th. Mark Ortlovs in 17th. And Sir Clark Williams in 18th place. Denny Cornu only making it as far as 19th position, but at least he's got the car home. Giovanni Solito, the last driver who completed only one lap, who completed the race one lap down in 20th position. Kuchi Ito made it to the end in 21st place. Adam Talsma, likewise in 22nd. We also had Dorian Rayo completing the race in 23rd. Filippo Casey didn't make it to the end, though. Neither did Max Bartolotta, John McKenzie, Andrew Harris, Justin Fields, Marcello Caruso, Eunice Amal, Patrick Rowlands. Stefan Dodderer is the big one. Championship leader coming into this. Now no longer is. Adam Sands didn't even take the start.
Wow. So my takeaway from that was it was very exciting. That time flew by for that race, but we lost a lot of really good cars today. You know, points leader, a lot of top quality competitors that got knocked way back or out of this race.
We did lose a big contender in that one, being Stefan Dodderer. His mistake has allowed the reigning champion Tony Jimenez to reap the benefits, and is now the new championship leader heading into the halfway stage of the season. Thank you so much to all those that tune in to watch it, and thank you to those tuning in the getting involved in the live chat as well. And it's that point in the season where we have an idea as to who is in contention for the title. There's many in there, and so much can change in a short space of time. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in, and do make sure you like and subscribe, and you won't miss a thing on the channel of all the racing that's been shown. And of course, Jim, thank you so much for your company. And it's been that sort of race. We'll be heading to Monza in 7 days' time, so you know where to tune in to find out who will thrive there. I am Tom Cairns with Jim Cunningham, and we'll speak to you again soon when the iGPFun Super Formula Lights League returns.